Alright, now we're in Funky Town. Okay, so anyway, here's some other things you might want to know about. This little yellow line is just where you're at, kind of like the time marker. You can kind of drag it around if you want to, and it'll let you hear certain things fast or slow if you do that. Really too slow or too fast to even understand what's going on, so I just kind of click around in there. I really don't need to move it. And then you have this hours, minutes, and second. That's the timeline right here, HMS. So that lets you know that, hey, at this point, Paul, you're already 5 minutes and 20 seconds into it. Even further if you go all the way to the end. So that's important to know. Unless you're doing something like frames, then you want to change this by right-clicking on it. I right-clicked on this display time format, and then I can say, hey, I need to know not how much time has passed in decimal time, but how much time has passed in, let's see, maybe film frame rate, 24 frames per second. So that lets you know in frames, and then of course if you zoom in or out, you're going to get a more accurate reading over there. But I'd say for the most part, unless we're doing music, which we'll do one day, and you'll be on bars and beats, I'd say just stick on the decimal format, unless you need to specifically be at a certain frame rate. Okay, so over here you have session properties. This tells you if you're doing music, what the BPM is, etc., etc. We're not doing music. I can safely close that. I don't even need that. And then I've got other things over here too. So my transport bar, we talked about the zoom. Here's the levels, so that tells you how loud things are at a certain point in time. So that's really helpful to know, because if it gets totally into the red, then you know you got to turn some volumes down, because you never want to be in the red in the digital format. What's also helpful to know too is that you can actually take things and move them around. So if you want to like dock this transport bar or this master levels bar and have it be its own thing, just grab it wherever you see those little dimpled dots, and then you try to throw it somewhere if it's possible. So right now I'm going to see if I can throw it down here. I don't know if that's going to work, but let's see. Okay, yeah, so now I got the levels over here, and then I got the zoom and the transport. Let's see if I can do something else here. Yeah, I can move this like that. Maybe I can move this on the side over here. Then I got the zoom here and the transport over there. So, you know, you might like to do that, you might not. Maybe you want your files to be floating around in space over there behind the main thing. That would probably be impossible to work, but if you wanted that, there it is. Okay, but what if you get yourself in a bind and you're like, oh man, Paul, look, I messed the whole thing up. I don't even know how to get around in my window anymore. No problem, or as they say in Indonesia, no te preocupas. Right, maybe not Indonesia. And you click on this, and then you go to, you click on this, I mean, up here, and you say, okay, well, wherever I'm in, just reset my current workspace. So again, you click up on this, after everything's all jacked up and you messed around, go here, click on this and say, hey, reset my current workspace. It'll discard all the changes, it'll bring you back to normal. Good to know, man.